Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today quote is the most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. You never know how much close you to your success. For that point you just give up without even realizing that after one more try you just succeed. So never give up, just try one more time. So start with today's quote. Uh, so far we have just covered about the set, and we've tried different way, hash set and then tree set. So now let's talk about some another problem for which another data structure is discovered or developed. you know Suppose I have an array list which contain 5 numbers 1 2 3 4 5, and how can I interact with them? Well, everyone know that with the help of indexes we can access it, we can you know replace the value but by accessing that particular index. So everything we can do with the help of indexes. Okay, but 0 1 2 is very sometimes tedious. So how, what if I would like to maintain something key with the value? Suppose our films, suppose let's say another Bollywood film, let's say Pathan, which crosses 150 crores, then another movie from Hollywood, let's say Avengers Endgame, which cover let's say 1200 crores. So basically you have the films, let me draw it. So uh, let us consider, I'm just change the stroke to white, and let's say Avengers and its revenue is let's say 1200 cr. Then another which is let's say Pathan, which say 1050 cr. So you know that Avengers is of value of 1200 and Pathan is its of value 1050 crores. So you have seen that this is considered as a key, and with the corresponding key you have a value. So how, what if we have a data structure which we can use as a key value pair, and the Java is already built it, so we have to just now learn about the data structure, and which is called map. So map basically do the same thing, which gives the key value pair, and so that we have to put our key with the corresponding value and we can fetch with the use of key. So let's start it. Let's consider films, let's say new, and we can implement it using the hash map, and we have to mention it. So this is a string class with integer, so this is our key and this is our value. When we click on okay and hash map, yeah, here you see is that it is using some kv, which is key value pair. So okay, I'm just slide with let's say films, put as I mentioned earlier, let's say Avengers, value of 1200. Then let's say what is the films, which is of Than, and let's say its value is 1050 cr, and let's put another film, so Jawan, um, 1143 cr. Okay, now we have just put our values in the map data structure using key. So what if we can trying to access it with the help of key? So if we just mention films dot get, and here you see we can access using the object. So I've just mentioned here the value of, let's say I want like to know the value of Pathan, and okay, with help of quotes, and just sys out, sys films dot get film name is Pathan. I hope I didn't make any typo errors, so no, I think it's pretty fine. So let's just compile it and run it. Yeah, 1050, which is correct. So in this way, get, we can access the value by putting the value of key. Okay, yeah, apart from that, we can also, okay, let's first consider, what if I have a question for all of you. I'll just put another value with the same key, and the board, the BRCC or whatever the film board directions, they have considered that Pathan has done the 1050 crore film in India, but with merging or by collecting the overseas collection, we found that this film crosses the 300 mark. So now we have to put another key with this value 300, but the key is same. So what do you think? As you have learned about the list in which we have add some more elements, or it is just override the above key. So just try it, and oh, it just override it. Nice. And what if I would like to just see what are the films, is it the updated one, or this is the existing new one, or adding the new key? Here you see the Pathan is 300 and the rest are the same, but it got updated. Okay, so what you have to find is that you have only unique keys. The values can be same, but your key should be unique. Got it? Okay, nice. Suppose, let's say I make another enter statement. Let's say now we are talking about the film, let's say Spider-Man. It also, let's say the same, to check our previous statement. Yes, have you seen that the value can be same, but the key should be unique? Okay, so what if I would like to get all the keys, so that whatever I want, I would find the value of the particular key. So the collection give you the function which is called, I think keySet is there. Yep, basically keySet give all the keys for this particular films. So let's just put it here, keySet, and then again just yeah, first I clear my terminal, then just run this. Oops, okay, just remove this, compile, and then running it. Yeah, here you see in the keys Spider-Man, Pathan, Jawan, and then Avengers. So okay, here we get all the keys, and suppose I would like to print, for loop we have to traverse one at a time. In the list we get one index, but here the map gives two value, a key and a pair, two value. So how can we traverse it? So basically we can traverse on keys and then we access the value, corresponding value. How? Let's see. Let's say string is our key which traverse films over keySet, because as I have shown that keySet, this particular value contain all the keys, so it traverses all the keys. And let's say it gives us the key with their corresponding value, right? Perfect. So let's just try compile and run it to check. Yeah, here you see that I'm just committed, but here you see that everything is perfect. Yeah, for this key the value is 1143, and then for Pathan considered as key the value is 300, 1300, so something like that. Okay, so in that way basically we can access our key with the help of get. And now you question your mind, when we are putting elements in the list we use the add method, but here we use the put. Basically the difference is when you let me open my, yeah, so basically when you just, let's say, some list and add, let's consider the films example. When you are on list and you add something, yeah, let's say 1200, basically it will create a new element. But when you are on map, not list, map, and then you add something like here with key and value, so basically you are just trying to put, here you're not creating a new element in the list, you just find the keys. If the key is present, then update its value to 1143. If not present, then add it. So it is basically like if exist, if key already exist, if key already exist, yeah, then updated the value, date the value, else just create a new key value pair. Cool. Okay, this is how we can get all the keys, and there are same many ways. This is for the key set, is basically you have to fetch all the keys present in your films or whatever collection name. In the same way you can get all the values which are present in your map data structure. And there are many, for each, then hash code is empty, whether key map data structure is empty or not. And remove, you can remove with the help of key, and you can check the size, convert to string. Yeah, you can try this also by your own. So as I've always mentioning that just dirty your hands with code by doing clean coding. And apart from that thing, we have used HashMap, right? There's another term, it's called HashTable. Let me compile and run it to check the output is same or just provided some different output. Yeah, you see in the Jamal Pathan, the output is same. Okay, so what's the difference between hash map and hash table? What's the difference between hash map versus hash table if we get the same value? So the difference is basically when you're using hash map. So in hash map, you can just update the value, but it is not synchronized way. Let me just mention it over red. This is not synchronized, and it is synchronized. So now what's the difference between these two? As I've already covered these topics in the thread class, so when we are working with threads and you're using hash map, so there is some threads concurrency mismatch. When two threads are working simultaneously for each thousand iterations, then some iterations or some counters get skipped because hash map doesn't work with synchronized, it is non-synchronized. But when using hash table, it is synchronized. When you are working with hash map with threads, then it will take one thread at a time. And you can see here also when you click on this, okay, this is hash table, and here you find the word synchronized. So basically it works with synchronization. And what if I just hover over it? No. What if now let's hash map and then I hover over it. Yeah, here you see the implement table based implementation. This implementation all the option map permit, and this is roughly equivalent to hash table except that it is unsynchronized. Hash map is unsynchronized and everything else is same. And as I mentioned in this class, no guarantee as to the order of the map input doesn't guarantee that the order will remain constant over time. Because it is unsynchronized, it can skip some iterations of threads. Yes. So you know the difference between hash map and hash table, when to use hash map and when to use hash table, and you know the difference between the add and put between the list and the map. So I think that's pretty enough for today. So just try your own, just rewrite the whole code with itself without watching the tutorial, and do some more operation by using adding more methods like like this film, so that say films.empty, film.has empty, or like that way. So that's for the today, and thank you.